perfectly drawing a vertical circle. This is a 3G4 maneuver. Now the aircraft is on top of the building and swooping down. With a wide left turn at 200 knots, which is the speed requested to allow Major Fabio De Michele and Major Gianmarco Di Loreto as Warrant Officer Ugo Sabeni to perform another breathtaking sequence of aerobatics. These aircraft ensure the Italian Air Force to execute effectively also medical transfer missions, airdrops of materials and parachutists, maritime patrolling, and between 2005 and 2013, more than 12 aircraft have been delivered by Alenia to the Italian Air Force with the relative logistic support. In Italy, this aircraft comes abreast of the C-130J in service at the 46th Air Brigade in Pisa, allowing the Armed Force and the country to rely on a renewed transport policy. Take a look, this is what we call the window. Entering the maneuver with 60 degrees nose up and exit off 40 degrees in the opposite direction, undergoing the crew to a stress of 2.7 G factor. Alenia C-27J Spartan is the only cargo aircraft in the world capable to perform aerodynamics like this. And we are extremely proud of it. Now repositioning with a John return performed at 180 knots, underlining once again the amazing low-speed maneuverability of this cargo aircraft. Another opportunity during this display to have a glance of the 22-feet wingspan of the Spartan is offered by the next flight past, the so-called knife edge pass. Try to figure out, in this moment, co-pilot sitting on the right is literally hung on the handles while the commander keeps the engines under control. Setting the right at either position, the left one at maximum power and just using the rudder at maximum range of pedals. Once again, horizontally, aircraft direction changes to carry out a wide turn on the left, and a second one, wide turn on the right, and a second one on the left, getting ready for the next flyby in which the Italian Air Force Spartan will simulate a parachute drop. Drop demonstration pass. The crew is setting the airplane with gear down, flaps down, and ramp and cargo door open. Reducing speed, coming from the left side of the display line. The employment of C-27J in aerotactical operation requires precise airdrop capability on small spots close to the battlefield. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen, from our left the airplane is now flying at the lowest possible speed, only 100 knots. Trying to imagine right now a parachutist drop down from the backside of the Spartan during a tactical operation. You have to know that the Spartan can carry 9 pounds of materials, including vehicles, as well as English personnel, medical staff, and equipment. And now, after this flight program of 2015, Last maneuver of the level program 2013 for the 2017 department is the steep approach. Steep approach is a technique used for approaching the ground inside hostile areas to land as soon as possible, avoiding enemy fire. And now the crew is setting the aircraft with full flaps down, gear down, reducing speed before pitching down.
People think I'm just crazy, but I get paid to be crazy. Whoa, steady, it's not an impression. My way. Some say I'm a fool. Yeah? Oh, it is for me, it's my size.
Now with some steep approach, it's impressive. Pitching down 35 degrees with a 95 knots speed towards the runway. The aircraft is kept under control with the rudder while descending 9,000 feet per minute. Wow. Impressively swooping down until gently touching the ground and stop in less than 300 meters.
upside down position at a very low altitude. Is approaching from your left side. At the inverted line, at 16 can fly just 30 seconds. Because of the fuel tanks not engaging. So it is so critical. Our pilot is not only handsome but also very talented. Immediately and skillfully. Please be ready. ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands up together and wave this brave man, Salter. You will watch that real. The metal that sharpened with the passion of power. And what till I say more? After demonstrating high speed, you will see Solomon fly at the moon. His shaping, skillful hands.
Oui, il m'a dit. Bah oui, moi je
Speed is approximately 160 kilometers per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, the captain is good. Who is our 2014 solo trip demo pilot? I present with honor. We respect you, and also he is waving at you. And he is waiting until the last minute. That can fly safely. After that, you will see everything just less responsive than normal. Even though the speed is very slow, for landing, we will roll 2 times with the landing gear stop. If you look carefully enough, while he is doing rolls, you can realize the front part of the aircraft going down, but he will accomplish it smoothly. It's also a very difficult maneuver to your right side is coming for wide performance of the He will show you 290 degrees ascent and descent. The speed of aircraft will change rapidly. To follow him easily, he will use smoke and roll. Thank you very much for all guests.
Well, a tremendous display and very nicely presented by First Lieutenant Emre Bayra of the Turkish Air Force. Solo Turk, Turkish Air Force F-16C fighting helicopter. But now, let's go back to the Cold War era and an aircraft type that, while it dates from those times of conflict between East and West, is very much now and a routine that we haven't seen at a British display before. The landing lights are on. We're shortly to see the smoke and hear the roar of the Riat AL-21 F-13 turbojets powering the mighty attack aircraft of the Polish Air Force's 40th Tactical Squadron based at Swidvin. Rolling now, two examples of the Sukhoi Su-22 M4K, the fitter. And a routine that we haven't seen at a British display before. The landing lights are on, and we're shortly to see the smoke and hear the roar of the Riat AL-21 F-13 turbojets powering the mighty attack aircraft of the Polish Air Force's 40th Tactical Squadron based at Swidvin. Rolling now, two examples of the Sukhoi Su-22 M4K, the fitter. First flight of a pre-production Su-17 the previous year. This is a tactical style display that we're about to see from the Su-22s, initially entering a racetrack pattern. They're currently positioning some way out to our left for this display, which is flown for us by Major Bartłomiej Majka and Captain Radosław Leszczyk. And the distinctive smoke trails in the distance highlighting the arrival for the first pass of the two Su-22s, which I expect, if they're performing as they did in their rehearsal the other day, to demonstrate two different wing sweep angles. Cold War, this aircraft would have been of great interest to tacticians on the NATO side.
Absolutely right. My first tour during the 1980s was on the Phantom, an air defence aircraft, and we studied these aircraft in great depth. Unfortunately at the time, the information was sketchy, and the photos were great in black and white, but fantastic to see them here today. Even better to have them as allies, and I particularly enjoyed the guided tour of the cockpit yesterday. Real hardware, real Soviet bloc technology, but built for purpose and still flying some 30 years old.
Indeed so. These aircraft were used across the Warsaw Pact and countries in the Soviet sphere of influence at the time. European users amongst the Warsaw Pact countries, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, East Germany and Hungary, as well as Poland. Continuing this racetrack pattern now as they run in for another pass. In the Cold War, the fitter would have penetrated hostile lying Western airspace using high-speed, low-level tactics to try and evade enemy fighters. Navigation and attack computers were fairly advanced, but nonetheless, just Russian examples were used in the war in Chechnya. The export variants, the Su-20 and 22, were employed in combat by Angola, Iraq, Libya, both throughout the 1980s and in the service, 6 of the two-seaters and 26 single-seaters. All of them now concentrated at Swidvin, where these aircraft come from, the 21st Air Base in northwestern Poland. Now we see the two aircraft splitting for the next part of their display, and here we see something of the low-level capability of the fitter in a show of force, 480 knots, 500 feet.